In an unstable world marked by economic, social, and personal crises, difficulties seem inevitable. To face them, it's no longer enough to react impulsively or follow simplistic advice. We need to equip ourselves with a broader vision. This video offers an original approach that combines 5 major sources of wisdom and strategy: Stoicism, Machiavellian thought, existential philosophy, critical sociology, and contemporary psychology. Together, they provide a powerful map to understand obstacles, confront them with clarity, and rebuild ourselves. First, Stoicism teaches us to master what depends on us. Stoicism, born in ancient Greece and represented by thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, teaches that the key to serenity lies in our ability to distinguish between what depends on us, our thoughts, our actions, and what does not, external events, others' opinions. In the face of painful situations, such as a breakup or professional rejection, the Stoic stance is not to be overwhelmed by emotion, but to redirect our attention to our own attitude. By practicing negative visualization, keeping a daily journal, or asking ourselves, "Is this under my control?" we reclaim power over our inner world. Second, Machiavelli invites us to face reality with lucidity. Contrary to the caricature of a cynical, immoral figure, Machiavelli teaches us above all to observe the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. When life becomes unjust or cruel, it's not only about remaining virtuous inwardly, but also about being strategic. Sometimes it's necessary to act with cunning, strength, or patience, depending on the circumstances. For instance, in a hostile work environment, it's wiser to analyze power dynamics, protect your interests, and build an action plan rather than passively endure. Machiavelli reminds us that surviving sometimes means resisting with intelligence, without naivety. Third, existential philosophy helps us give meaning to suffering. Thinkers like Nietzsche, Camus, or Viktor Frankl have explored the question of meaning in extreme situations. For them, pain is part of the human experience, but it can become fertile ground if we choose to give it significance. Viktor Frankl, a survivor of Nazi camps, explains that humans can endure almost any suffering if they find a deep why. This means that even in moments of loss, failure, or despair, we have the ability to transform pain into a driving force. Creating something, helping others, rebuilding around a mission. These are all ways to inhabit pain with dignity. Fourth, sociology allows us to place our suffering in a broader context. Personal difficulties are often influenced, or even caused, by invisible social structures, inequality, norms, discrimination. Understanding this through sociology, with thinkers like Pierre Bourdieu or Michel Foucault, helps us move away from guilt. A person who is exhausted, devalued, or in burnout is not necessarily weak. They may be a victim of an unjust or oppressive system. This awareness enables us to regain a form of power, not judging ourselves, but organizing, forming solidarity, resisting. Individual suffering then becomes a key to understanding the collective world. Fifth, contemporary psychology gives us practical tools to develop resilience. Today, the human sciences have shed light on many useful mechanisms for overcoming hardship. Positive psychology, cognitive behavioral therapies, and mindfulness offer effective methods to better manage emotions, challenge negative thoughts, and rebuild inner stability. For example, when someone is going through anxiety, they can practice breathing exercises, learn to question automatic thoughts, or cultivate gratitude to rebalance their attention. Resilience, far from being an innate gift, is a skill that can be developed. In summary, overcoming difficulties requires both inner strength, as in Stoicism, strategy, like Machiavelli, a search for meaning through philosophy, social awareness, via sociology, and practical tools offered by psychology. These are 5 paths, 5 approaches that together help us face pain without collapsing. You may not be able to change the storm around you, but you can learn to become the captain of your inner vessel. Thank you for being part of this journey toward wisdom, strategy, and self-mastery. Your support means a lot. Let's keep growing, thinking deeply, and rising together. If this content inspires you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Let's continue this path toward greater clarity, inner strength, and freedom.